an app many people use to get home safely late at night, but some say their Uber rides turned into a nightmare that changed their lives.
Thousands of women are currently suing Uber, claiming a driver sexually abused them. And it may take close to a decade for some of those accusers to see any sort of resolution. Here's investigative reporter Candice Nguyen.
November 2019, downtown LA. Lisa Broomfield from Los Gatos just started fashion school.
First time living on my own, moving out, moving to LA, straighten my hair.
This day, recorded on her cell phone, was about celebrating a new chapter.
Getting ready for the night. I am with all my girls right now.
By the time Broomfield got to the club, she had been drinking all day and night. She says she was heavily intoxicated, and when she got separated from her friends, she wanted to go home.
That's when I called an Uber. I opened the back door, I think, and he said, no, it's okay, you can just come in the front. From then on, it's a blur. The one thing that I remember the most was just being in some random parking lot.
Broomfield's Uber trip details show she was picked up at 1 a.m. According to the police report she filed the next day, she was in that Uber for 5.5 hours until 6:30 a.m., at some points in and out of consciousness. In addition to having her do a rape kit, Broomfield says police asked her to send the driver these texts, asking him what happened. When she texted him, "I don't really remember that night," the driver responded, "Oh, I believe you." Broomfield wanted to press charges, but ultimately the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office said there was insufficient evidence.
In their eyes, it was just he said, she said. I felt very hopeless when I heard that.
Are you getting a spasm right now?
Yeah, it's just constant.
Medical documents show a doctor reviewed Broomfield's reports and wrote she was violently sexually assaulted, and pain started within 1 week later. Broomfield had several herniated discs, resulting in multiple surgeries and debilitating pain that persists today, a journey she's documented on social media. According to plaintiff's attorneys, Broomfield is now one of about 2,000 people suing Uber in civil court in California and across the country, alleging the company didn't do enough to protect riders from sexual abuse by its drivers. While news outlets have covered some of these cases, Broomfield says what people don't know is there have been significant case delays. She says she recently learned from her attorney it could take close to a decade since her incident for her to see any sort of result.
I need to find a way to survive now. I don't have 10 years to wait. My body is degenerating minute by minute, day by day. It's just been getting worse.
It's heartbreaking because it's our job to try to bring resolution and justice for these plaintiffs.
Rachel Abrams is not Broomfield's attorney, but she represents other alleged Uber sex assault victims. She says in 2022, Uber pushed to remove all non-California plaintiffs from state court, which caused a major delay. Some plaintiffs' attorneys appealed, but instead of waiting for an appellate ruling, they refiled the non-California cases in federal court. Abrams says the cases are now moving along faster, but there are still delays.
How has Uber been when it comes to moving these cases forward?
Every turn we would get another delay.
Along with the sheer number of cases they have to get through, Abrams says Uber isn't meeting some court deadlines.
It's clearly going to be an issue that we have to deal with throughout this litigation with them.
Uber declined our request for an interview, but told us plaintiff attorneys and the judge agreed to the extensions that caused the delays. Uber said it couldn't comment further on the litigation, but said in a statement, sexual assault is a horrific crime. We take every report of this nature very seriously, and we are deeply committed to the safety of all users on the Uber platform.
What do you want to say to those who might think this is all about money?
The only reason I'm doing this and sharing my story and putting this out here for people to know what actually happens when you think you're going to get home safe.
Broomfield and Abrams say swift resolution isn't just important to the people involved in the lawsuits. They say it's important to anyone using the app.
The sexual assaults are way more prevalent than people realize.
Every single time, especially a woman, I hear, my Uber's here, I pray to God that that woman is safe.
Uber says assaults on its platform are extremely rare. It's added safety features and published reports on incidents involving its app. You can find links to those in our online story. Trial for some of the first California cases is expected to start May 2025. With the investigative unit, I'm Candice Nguyen, NBC Bay Area News.
All right, Candice, thank you. If you have a story for our investigative unit, call this number 888-996-TIPS or visit our website nbcbayarea.com/investigations.